Okay, so at the machine shop, you have to get it off your taxi. So it's slash get off. You can't do anything if you're inside your taxi, so you have to get off no matter what you're doing. So double click on the machine shop. As you hear, we've got the machine list. Okay, we've got all your machines, different type of machines depending on what you want. You've got your Zaku variations, your Goof, your Dom, all the way to your Gogs and to this ultimate Xeon suit is the Gelgoog. And these are stock suits, not as strong as a crafted suit. If you can get your hands on an MS crafter who's happy to craft you a suit, it's probably more better that you can do that, as you can get them upgraded and have them with faster engines. So right now, with the limited funds you have, it's really not important that we do that. So we're going to go to the buy sell option. Of course, it's not in your backpack or your container, they're in your hanger. As you can see, we've got our two MS05 Zakus. They're pretty weak, so we're going to sell them off. You notice the money's there, so that also goes on top of the money you have in your bank. It'll use your money in your inventory first before it uses your money from your bank. So I'll go back, and we'll buy our Zaku too, right there. Okay, so now you've got your first mobile suit. What we're going to do now is once again get our menu out. We're going to go to the bank. We want to get our emergency repairs out, and we want to get our cash out. It's okay to have all your cash on you because you don't die. Your mobile suit might blow up, but you won't die. So anything in your backpack where your cash is stored will not get touched. So it's okay. Okay, so we get to the bank, double click on the bank, and open up the backpack. As you can see in the bank, we've got money there, and we want to bring it into our backpack. So what you do, click on that, hold, and drag to your backpack. Select the max amount and put it in. Okay. You also got your emergency repair kits in your container option. So close your backpack, open up your container, and put your repair kits in. Okay, so that's okay. And now I've gotten all the stuff out of the bank. Now we're going to go on the map. We'll see there's a weapon shop right there by the hangar. We're going to go to a weapon shop and get some weapons and equip your Zaku for war. Generally in Brisbane you'll find that most players crafting their suits. This is because of raiding. Not recommended for beginners, as you might lose your suit in combat. So don't worry about crafting too much if you want to be a crafter. And if you want to be a crafter, stay tuned for our crafting video. Okay, so right now we're at the weapon shop, and we're going to buy some starting off weapons. So we've got all our tabs up here for different options. We've got our bullets, our tools, which has your repair kits, guns for different guns, sabers, and different other options, including a shield and whatnot. As you can see here, we're selecting the beam rifle. You can't use. It says not available. You can't use that on your current suit. You can only use a weapon that says available. Okay. So for a standard Xeon player, we're going to buy an MMP-80. That's the best machine gun. And we're going to buy a Zaku bazooka. Also for weaponry, okay, getting the sabers. The Zaku can only use a heat hawk, so I'm going to buy a heat hawk. You might also want to carry shields on you. It's not necessary, but it might help you survive. Most shields are equalized in their power now and their defensive capabilities. So for a new player, don't hesitate to buy your MS07 shields over your MS14. It's not really important. So go ahead, we'll buy a shield right now. So I've closed that, and you've got your weapons here. But we have no ammunition. So I'm going to open this machine again, and we're going to buy some weapons. So we're going to buy bazooka cartridges for the Zaku bazooka, and some machine gun cartridges for the machine gun. Okay, now you're wondering, how do I equip all these weapons? Okay, so we're in our machine now, so those great options have come back up. So bring machine, this has all your machine details. Your reload button there is for reloading your ammunition. Shield right there is if your shield gets blown off or you don't have one equipped, it'll equip one for you. This information up there refers to to machine upgrades. Right now it's not really that important, but we'll get into that in the combat tutorial about upgrades to your suit. This will help you get a better edge in your combat. And right here is your engine type. We've got a level 1 in this suit. It's pretty slow, not as fast as other suits available. Okay, so open up the weapons tab. As you can see, it's all emptied. Okay, we've got manipulators there. That's pretty much just weapon slots. So go to equip. Okay, so We're in the first manipulator, we've got all our options here, so we're going to choose the MMP 80. Okay, and just fill them out however you want to. It's not really important. And equip your shield in the shield slot. As you see right now, we're now equipped for war. Okay, so this pretty much concludes the starting point of getting your character equipped. Our next video we'll go to one of the NPC camps. I'll just bring up the transport list for you. You can't get into the transport list unless you are not in your suit. So we're going to hang our suit so we can have a look at it. So double click on the hanger and click on put in. And type in /transport. This will bring up your transport list. The supply teams are the NPC camps. That's where you're going to go to hunt NPCs. The spaceport down here for Darwin, that'll take you up the space. For the Xeons, for the Federation, it's actually in Perth. And down here we've got these ones down here. These are the raid bases for the Federation cities. They're not really important now. We'll get into them in the player versus player tutorial. Down here, Alice Springs, Orbost, Ayers Rock, Mount Kosciuszko. They're vacant areas. There's camps there, and there's no NPCs. It's just pretty much a player versus player combat. Tasmania is a good base for beginners. Either north or south of Tasmania base has beginner NPCs. You might get overwhelmed a little bit in their numbers, so it's better off for starting players to start off at Melbourne Supply 48. That's generally the beginner base for Xeon. The two camp options down here, they're for the warfare bases. That's how you can transport to them, and they'll transport you to a base just outside of those combat areas. Now I'll just quickly show the marking system. So I type in /mark, and this is where you can create a mark. So right now I'm going to create a mark for the Brisbane hangar. This will allow me later on to either transport here directly or auto here if I need to. Auto is not really reliable. It just helps you travel on the ground. It doesn't go through obstacles, so if you're in a city, try not to use it unless it's part of your script or whatnot. If you're traveling from base to base, then yes, it can be useful. I'll just bring up the transport menu again. The default ones, there's default, then you go to user, and as you can see, the mark I've just created there for Brisbane hangar is there, and that will transport me to the Brisbane hangar. Okay, so for the next video in the series, we'll get into NPC combat at the Supply Team 48. So stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, my name on the forums is Endomosis. It's also the same on the wiki. In game, my name is Peruzzi or Marita Cruz. You can get me on both of those if you're on Xeon, and if I'm in Brisbane, I'll be happy to help you out. Anything else, just leave a comment on the video and we'll try and help you out. I hope this helps you, and stay tuned for the next videos. Thanks.